Namaste, and welcome to 50 Shades of Great. Come to your senses with me. I'm Kee McGraw. I'm a doctor of health theology, and as such, I am thrilled to present you with these 50 tools with which you can utilize your senses to bring yourself evermore to your own particular greatness. In this way, healthcare professionals might also be able to utilize these tools in working with your clients as well as your students. You are welcome to continuing education hours for your time spent here, and for those healthcare professionals who are interested in receiving a certificate of completion for the efforts that you're about to make, stay tuned for further details online. Air, crown. And now, as we come into the final step along the path of air, we come into the use of touch as it applies to the crown chakra. In this way, we would like to bring an awareness into the crown of the body through our use of touch, and so we will be utilizing our hands to bring through this awareness as we initially place the fingers onto the crown of the head, and in doing so, allow a little pressure downward on this important entry point for the energy of divinity from above us. And in this way, when we press down just a little bit, there's a way in which that stimulates the spine's response to allow itself to stay erect and vertical and upright. And as such, it prepares the body to open and be an open conduit for the energies from above to come down and within, so that even now, as you release the hands from the scalp and from the crown, you might still feel the lingering effect afterwards of this sense of still staying vertical. In this way, we find that in Bali and in other places around the planet where there are indigenous cultures that continue to survive and thrive, often there is the application of material to the crown of the head through the ability to carry heavy objects on the head, and in doing so, the stimulation into the crown and with it into the rest of the spine results in very healthy, strong spines without back and neck issues and aches and pains and problems in these regards. And as such, when you allow yourself to press downward into the scalp in just this way, you are experiencing something that we see in third world countries, in which people are absolutely erect and vertical, upright in their walk through their ongoing efforts to carry the particular objects they need to conduct their daily activities on their head. And that's as opposed to in the West, where we carry on one shoulder a heavy bag, or even on both shoulders the heavy backpack, which tends to result in us rounding the shoulders and carrying the head forward. When the head is carried forward like this with a heavy bag on one shoulder or on both shoulders, this starts to break down the upright vertical nature of the spine, and as such results in neck pains, neck aches, low back aches, and problems in these regards. That's all accentuated as soon as what we wear on our feet is anything other than supportive and even. And as such, considering ways that you can recreate the neutral four-part curve in the spine through application of just a little pressure into the crown of the head can bring you into a greater sense of your ability to use your hands, to use your ability to touch yourself in such a way to bring you into what your truest heart's desires are, the truest particular purposes for which you've come here to the planet. And as such, let yourself make that contact with your crown as it's just right for you, or you might even practice taking a small supportive object onto the head like a book, so that you're able to feel the weight of that object on your head, and then notice the response of your body to the weight of the object on the head, asking you to lift up more vertically. It is in these ways that we start to stimulate the crown, and this is also the case simply with scalp massaging. So as you consider your next shampoo, you might just take a little more time to linger in the scalp, and not just simply to wash the long, lovely locks or the short and cute, stubby locks, whatever you've got. I'm sure it's just right for you. And in this way, instead of simply massaging into the shampoo into the hair, the purpose here is to, in fact, contact the scalp of the head, to move the scalp freely along the skull or cranium, so that we are able to stimulate our brain and stimulate with this our awareness of the crown. When we receive massages here in Bali and also in other countries where there are indigenous peoples who have been bringing through therapeutic healing work forever, often there's special time spent on the scalp, vigorously brushing and also stroking, to the extent of even a subtle pulling. So what you're seeing is this kind of percussing, scratching, and a slight pull. And in this way, tension that's held in the scalp, tension that's held in the head, tension that's held in the brain, tension that's held in the way that we think, is starting to be contacted and broken up, so that we can make more clear and conscious choices about how it is we want to think, what it is we want to have in our head, what we want to have in the scalp. And in this way, this helps to start to open the physical mechanism of the crown. Earlier, we were working with the skin brushing, and as such, I brought through the awareness that this particular skin brushing tool has this percussive end on it as well. You might also consider using a brush like this with the percussive element to wrap or percuss gently and specifically on the head. If anything feels not right as you're doing this, of course, stop. No need for you to be hurting yourself in any way, but instead allowing yourself to stimulate the skull in such a way that you're able to break up tension holding patterns. Now, so much of our life we are living habitually, doing the same thing from one day into the next, and in doing so, that can make life easy, convenient, habitual, and as such, it frees up our energy so that we can go on to think about and focus on other things. And yet, here and now, we've been wanting to break up our particular habitual holding patterns so that you would have a chance to make clearer conscious choices. In this way, having worked through the path of the air and contacted ourselves through the use of touch, you might be allowing yourself to make more conscious use of this particular sense in a way that helps to uplift your energies. And now allow yourself to rest onto your back, lying down. And you're welcome to stay as long as it's right for you, so that you might integrate the energy that's been freed up from the use of this one particular tool. And once you've concluded, allow yourself to come back up into the vertical position. Pause to notice the changes that have taken place in your body, mind, and spirit. And as you do so, join me as we offer our voices in gratitude to the path. Inhaling. Hari Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let's be with the peace that's deep within. Joy Bhagwan. And Namaste.